This is not okay. This needs to stop now. This is cancer. This is so much cancer that I can feel the tumors growing on my back. And it's weighing down heavy on me, and it's not okay. Can you help a nigga out and just stop this? Please?
Jason! Sean! Sean! Jason! Hey guys, Exalt Draco here.
And this is Chris.
And here's the video we referenced in our E3 wrap-up. Yes, here it is. We're going to talk about Detroit Become Human. And not just about the trailer that came out, but the whole thing. Chris, I just introduced you to all 4 videos that had to do with its teasers and trailers. What are your thoughts? You start. He's holding his head, by the way. He looks like he's in pain.
I'm in a lot of pain right now.
Let's put it this way, guys. We pretty much we pretty much played 2 and a half. We didn't finish.
We didn't finish Heavy Rain.
But we
gave up on Omicron.
I've introduced him to pretty much.
We played Fahrenheit. And what was the other one we played?
Beyond, but
you played Beyond.
Yeah, that was me and Kate. I pretty much have introduced him to all but Beyond of David Cage, and I've never seen Chris so angry towards a Frenchman before. Then again, I've never seen Chris just so angry in general with these games. He's just like me. He questions, how is this guy constantly given money to make more games?
Yeah.
So, Chris, after seeing those 4 videos, your thoughts?
The only thing I like about it, as far as the storytelling thing goes, is the theory that Marcus might be evil and hacking these robots.
And the fact we get to play as him.
That's the only thing I find interesting. Everything else I hate with a passion. I do not want to play this game. I do not look forward to playing this game.
It's likely I'll end up playing it solo.
No, I'll play it.
No, it honestly depends on our situation and whenever this comes out next year.
I'll even if I have to request a day off or request a week off.
It's time off. It's like 8 to 10 hours long. So if we just power through it, yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so all right, so let's go from the start. The tech demo that showed Cara.
Yeah, that was fucking terrible.
Now, do you want?
I just hate the fact that where he's just like talking, he's calling her baby, he's calling her honey. Like, why would you give personal terms to this merchandise, which is what it is? These AI, these robots. Why would you give them these personal, loving, adoring terms?
So you're basically a fascist piece of shit that want to say these are machines that are merchandise? How fucking dare you want to say these things that are meant to serve us be served?
Does he call the men baby? Does he call the men honey?
No, he's probably just a complete white sexist male.
Like, I get you want to make him feel comfortable. Why would you make him feel comfortable?
No, there shouldn't even be that.
They're robots.
Like, the very first flag that popped up was what? What was the first thing that happened that you and I said was a first flag saying no? It was when she questioned being sold as merchandise.
Yeah, that's at that point.
Instantly, instantly right there, the guy putting together this robot should have went, did this thing just question me?
Yeah.
Did it just question its purpose? Because people, to those, especially any of you who might see this and say, how dare we say that computers are meant to assist us? No. Computers were meant to serve us, to make our life more comfortable, even though they're complete garbage at times. But machines, and now these walking, talking machines, are literally meant to serve. And this whole thing that they're built within 3 of these trailers where they're saying how they're basically slaves. No. Slavery, by the definition, is forcing one against its will to serve you. These things, until they're woken up, don't have free will.
Yeah.
They have programming. They have, if anything, virtual intelligence.
Yeah.
But the moment that Cara starts showing AI, artificial intelligence, showing curiosity, showing questioning nature, said the word thought, which even the guy in the trailer said, wait, you thought? His next question shouldn't have been, what did you think? No, his next thing should have been, okay, this is broken.
Yeah. And then she begs him to stop, and he,
like I said,
puts her back together.
All she did was beg him hard enough and said she was scared. And this guy just literally threw away his career.
So my question now becomes this.
Yes.
Is this the only guy that does this? Because if so, he's like, why would they keep on doing this? Like, obviously this Marcus droid is a complete failure. This other one, at what point do you go to this guy and be like, okay, you're getting a little spotty on your record for releasing...
I guarantee you, he lost his job the second that robots started, like, waking up. They probably instantly looked at all the... He's probably not the only one, obviously, but every single one of them that put these people... Wow, look at me. I'm failing my own argument.
You are.
Because they look like people. That's the problem as well. There's too many of them that look individually created.
Yeah.
When these things shouldn't be.
Yeah.
Like
there should be stock.
They should be stock. If anything, there should be like maybe 4 options, 2 each gender.
It should be stock, and then
maybe customized.
And then that person will be customized, but those ones should clearly be like a cut above the rest. They shouldn't be loaded up into the trains with people. You know what I mean? Like those should be stock. Those ones that are like customized should be not orderable through a kiosk.
Yes.
But rather you should go to CyberLife. Yeah, and there's a kiosk there, and then they come home with you, and they're never publicly.
Like you can pay like the $8,000 as we saw in one trailer, and then go home and spend like an extra $100 or so to do the customizations.
Yeah.
Okay, so we're trying to keep with each trailer individually. So the next thing that was crazy was how he literally puts her back together and just says, "Stay out of trouble." And when she's shipped away with the other duplicates of her, it's just simply, my God. It's like, no.
It's not my God.
You're fired. You should have been like, well, I'm terminated. But like, and
hopefully no one notices.
Like literally, what I said to you, and the thing is, where in this contract of this, like being part of this, a worker of this, are you told? By the way, if these things start thinking, that means it's defective. It's like, no, actually that would raise questions of thinking, wait, if they're thinking, doesn't that mean we created artificial intelligence? Isn't that a little bit more than defective? Isn't that more of an accidental jump in technology right there? You can't say it's defective. If it's having problems going with the speech, the head movement, the arm movement programs, that's defective. So I want to know who created the contract to say, by the way, if it starts thinking, that means defective.
Yeah, for me, like, if I was in that guy's shoes and be like, wait, why did you think? My first thought would be, okay, let's fucking quickly dismember her. So
go to my boss.
Go to my boss, like, yo, so I was creating these things and it said it thought?
Like,
they don't do that.
Like, maybe then they could say the boss says, we have this, like, situation under control, just get back to your job. I would have been still suspicious, but I want to know, do they tell this guy literally ahead of time, by the way, some of these robots might start thinking? Which I feel like is already a huge step in logic of this.
Yeah.
Where do they start from, like, how do they accident? And that's where it seemed like, so now we're going to transition to the next trailer. That's where it seemed like Cara was going to be the only one.
Yeah.
And I'm not saying that because, oh, well, this trailer came out first, therefore, no. I thought this was going to be, like, kind of like with Beyond Two Souls, like, even though there's technically 2 characters in that.
Yeah.
I thought this was going to be a single character game with Cara, because as we see like near the end of the trailer, when she walks by, something about her makes the other androids draw, and I figured that was going to be it. That was going to be the thing that started making the other androids wake up. Like there's something about her, like maybe a virus of some kind, that goes through, like I guess the Wi-Fi, we could say, and it makes a few others wake up. And I'm thinking to myself, it still seemed weird, but at the same time, that's how I thought it was going to start. And it like the trailer showed off like how the cliche story where humans are just completely assholes and it's like this one robot who's actually a good person, blah blah blah. And I thought we were going to have this where it's about this. The name of the game is become human.
She becomes human.
I literally thought it was going to have have you figure out if she wants to integrate into this story, into this world that she sees as unfair, which again it only pleads more to how naive it shows she was in the first trailer where she questioned merchandise. It shows that this advanced android has a hard time piecing together. These things are literally built to serve our needs.
Yeah.
For God's sakes, in the I'm going back to the first trailer on accident, but like in the tech demo, when she's going through a list of her program capabilities, one of them was I could be your your
sexual
partner. Literally, you're meant to serve whoever buys you for whatever purpose. Yes, you're merchandise, you're stock. You're not less than nothing. That is your sole reason of existence.
Yeah.
To say as an AI you want to find a new purpose, sure.
Yeah.
But to have this confusion of how you're literally built to be a service is beyond me. I literally made that short story. I don't think I sent it to you. I'll send it to you. I'll text it to you later so you can read it.
Yeah.
Where I literally have a robot, and I'm not gonna deny it. I go through the cliche of him, like of a weird electric thing frying the robot's body, and somehow it starts waking up a part of him. Yes, it's cliche as fuck, but I owned it. I realized, this is I own this, that this is cliche. I'm not trying to say, oh, this is super original. Anyway. And it's when it's being repaired at one point, because at one point it gets damaged, and like a human's in this facility to help repair the robots.
Yeah.
When he starts noticing it's like questioning, it doesn't say, oh, I'm scared, or make it think. No, it like the robot instantly realizes, I'm making this human nervous. Let me try to say, oh, I'm only speaking in a manner you would to try to make yourself feel better.
Yeah.
The robot, I basically wrote the robot to be smart, to realize you can't just come out screaming, I thought, or I'm scared or something. Yeah. Because any natural person, not even those who are told to take apart defective things, would be scared out of their minds.
Oh, yeah.
I'm assuming they've had these robots for at least several years.
Yeah.
And if any of them, after all these years of being told you're serving, start saying, I'm scared, you would be frightened as hell.
Yeah, I would be.
You would not want to hear the robot that's supposed to be an obedient machine tell you, I'm feeling things.
Yeah. That would freak me out.
That would freak me the fuck out. So, and again, I feel like that would help integrate her into society, realizing how she should have better mannerisms around them. Or maybe some choices you should be blunt and see how the story would take you, how the game would take you if it was written by a competent writer.
He had 3 of them, or 2 of them.
And you were saying, you were picking apart things like, how does she know this? How does she know that?
Yeah.
Why did you
talking in the second one?
I'm not questioning you. I want you to explain. Why were you having, like
in the second one, like, she was talking about, like, I want to feel the sunlight in my face. I want to feel the wind. Like, how do you know what sunlight is? How do you, like, even if you awaken, you're an AI, how do you know what sunlight is? You know, like, I don't know, like, they...
And the main thing is feels. Are you really going to tell me, just because she has AI intelligence, that these robots can feel?
Everything? Like, how do they know, how does she know what fear is? Like, you know what I mean? Like we don't know what fear is until someone tells us that's fear.
Better games, well, probably games out there somewhere, but I can't think of any. The best 2 movies I could recommend to show, robotics becoming aware and trying to understand, iRobot and Blade Runner.
Yeah.
iRobot literally has him, like, say, when Sonny was being told, like, how emotions work, he literally says, they are difficult.
Yeah.
Because they would be difficult to a robot. They wouldn't just come naturally.
Yeah. Even to us, they're difficult. Most of the time, we don't know what the hell we're feeling.
Hell, there are humans out there that have no empathy.
Yeah.
Alright, so going to the next trailer, the one you saw originally with
the detective?
with Connor.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on that? Like,
I like the Connor aspect, the whole detective aspect. Like, same like with Angry Joe, where he talked about how he liked the whole the investigation aspect point of it. That was really cool.
You could say how if this was going to have a multiple, because obviously this game is trying, because I'm going to give credit to either David Cage or his 2 writers, or maybe all 3 of them. But this game apparently does want to try to take extremes.
Yeah.
It's taking the car extreme, where it's alone, where you feel like alone and in this confusing world.
Yeah.
You're gonna play Connor, who is part of the system.
Yeah.
Who who is programmed to do what he does.
Yeah.
And then we're not gonna go into Marcus, but we're gonna say right here, Marcus is the extreme of the robot that's awake and wants to rebel.
Yeah.
Connor fascinated me because because this is where you play as the character that is part of the system. It doesn't question its programming.
Yeah.
It doesn't wonder what it is. It is literally a robot.
Yeah.
With the sole purpose of being a negotiator in this case, and investigate on easier ways to negotiate with this robot that's gone rogue. Like I said, I'm definitely curious on if that, I already have my thoughts, the scenario where he fails, they probably just build him, put him back together, or you play as another version of Connor.
Yeah.
In the later thing.
Yeah. Maybe they just get his AI from the down body and just reprogram it, re-put it into a different body.
That's my only way of David Cage's cop out, because David Cage, there's no game over with David Cage. There never will be with David Cage. did you have any issues with the Connor trailer?
No.
You felt like, if anything, that's the game you would want to play.
Yeah, because I felt like that's the Detroit Become Human game that everyone wants to play, where you're playing this detective who's solving crimes using using these robotic powers, quote unquote robotic powers, investigation, detective work. You're put in these extreme situations, and it feels like towards when Letty comes, she goes like, why don't you take your she yells something, I forget what it is.
She yells, why are you setting in one of them? Why aren't you setting in a person?
Yeah. I feel like that's what the game was meant to be, where it was him becoming human. Like him becoming aware, actually becoming aware.
Maybe going through investigation, like something like Spark, to make him wondering like what he is in the system.
Or what it
even
was
though,
is
even though technically it's an it, but he. We could say he.
Or him seeing this robot.
Cara.
No, not Cara, the other one. The
rogue one.
And figure out what made him rogue. Why did he turn? And then he's trying to figure it out, and him kind of becoming more aware.
And somehow in the processing, it starts making him think as well.
Yeah, he becomes aware. He becomes an AI. He tries to become human.
Yes,
that's what I thought the game was about.
And now I showed you Cara.
And then Cara is just terrible. And then
so you felt Cara threw a sledgehammer into it.
Yeah.
And then what did Marcus? And now we're going to go to Marcus. What did you feel Marcus did to your thoughts of this game? Just completely shatter it.
Just poop on it.
So completely shit on it.
Yeah.
Not even break it. Just shit on it.
Just shit all over
all right.
it.
So what's your takeaway and issues with Marcus?
Everything.
No, go on. So,
I don't like the character. Like I said, if I think people are giving David Cage credit here, but if it is in fact that he's not actually awakening them, but rather he's actually evil and hacking them and turning them.
You would love that to be a good twist.
I would love that to be a really good twist, and it's kind of like a reverse slavery.
I won't tell you what, because we didn't play Heavy Rain, but there is a major twist in one of the characters with Heavy Rain where that's something similar to that.
Well, I know.
So David Cage has done something like that before.
I know David Cage. I know the detective is the killer.
Oh, you knew?
Yeah, I knew.
Okay, yeah. So he has done it.
Yeah.
But if anything, that only annoyed me because like the things that the detective did in Heavy Rain only contradicted what he would do as the killer.
Yeah.
But to credit, David Cage has done that twist before in the past.
But I feel like that's not going to be the case here. I feel like it's just going to be. I'm calling it reverse racism. It's not. It's just not racism. Sorry, like swap slavery, where instead of like. You're not leading a revolution. You're just enslaving these awoken AI to do your bidding now.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
shit.
It's just slavery all over again. So you're just calling a different name. It's called a revolution now. No, it's not.
Because literally,
slavery.
when he sets them free, the first thing when he says, "You could be your own masters," literally the first thing they say is, "We'll follow you," and then he doesn't even, unless there's a choice in the game when we play.
Yeah.
But like in the trailer, it doesn't show him saying, "No, you can do this." It literally has him say, "Then follow me." It's like, what?
Why?
So basically, all it did was literally just swap masters.
Yeah, that's all they did was swap masters.
And what
like,
North
you didn't wake him up.
And just like Cara, North says the same thing when she presses her face against the glass and says, "This is what we are to them. Merchandise to be put in front of a shop window." It's like, yes, again, that's what you are. This is what you literally were built to be. Servants. Like you could say assist all you want, but you are merchandise. Merchandise, by the definition. I looked up this definition. I could actually quote it word for word. Unlike slavery, I basically went by memory what slavery said, but I'm pretty sure I got it close. But merchandise, I looked up, I remember, goods to be bought and sold.
Yeah.
That is merchandise. These androids are merchandise. I don't know what is with these people on Tumblr and all the people who are responding to me in that comment. Is wrong with you people? You could say sis all you want till you're blue in the face, till you could scream it till you piss blood. I don't care. Merchandise is to be bought and sold. These androids are to be bought and sold. They are merchandise.
The biggest
issue said.
The biggest issue with it is that even if you were to program the way a feeling is supposed to work into these robots, where like you say, okay, this is how sadness is, or this is what anger is, they wouldn't know what it is.
They would have to,
like they would have to experience it, and then someone to tell them, okay, this is what this is.
Yeah.
For her to sit there and like press her head against it and be like, this is what we are, and be sad and be distraught about it. Like, she wouldn't know. She would be more like,
She could say
she'd be confused.
Yeah.
And to have no idea. You
like,
know,
again, another example with iRobot, when Sonny has to say for the third time he did not murder.
Yeah, remember he slams his fist.
And Will Smith's character literally just says that one's called anger. Ever experienced anger before?
Yeah, like exactly. Like they tell you like as a kid, you know, like when you think about it as a kid, like when you know,
why
you know
am I
what
crying?
Is,
You're sad.
But you always like it's like, why do I feel this? Ugh? Your parents tell you that's rage, that's anger.
Yeah, and
you know, like,
as we saw when they shot them like animals, it's not like you guys were just like wrecking part of the city or anything.
Yeah.
But yeah, like apparently these robots can also cry too, which I'm like, what the fuck?
Wouldn't you as a robot feeling water leak from your face? Wouldn't you be like, what's going on? Am I dying? Like is
am I malfunctioning? Why would we build these robots to cry? Why would we do that? But yeah, no. So Marcus is literally like not even like an example of like how some robots go. He's an extreme. He literally is somewhere it like learns to just completely revolt, wreck stores, rip apart police drones, and is at the end of his trailer is given a gun to either kill the cop, spare the cop, or just stand there and do nothing. Apparently, that's an option. I guess maybe maybe North takes the gun and shoots.
It said violence.
It said revenge, do nothing, and spare.
Yeah.
And you can't fool me at all, David Cage. If you choose not to take the gas grenade or flame grenades from North, you can't tell me it won't just throw the grenade itself. You can't tell me North won't come over and rip the gun from Marcus and shoot the cop itself. And I'm emphasizing as much as I can it, because that's what they are.
Yeah.
These are robots. These are its. They're not he's or she's like pets or humans.
Yeah.
They are its. I am so sick and tired of it. Of its, too.
And you still want to play this game.
I wanted to play it when it was Cara. I wanted to play it when it was Connor.
Yeah.
With Marcus,
Me too.
I want to do nothing but quickly skim through its story chapters and choose everything that's either peaceful or doing nothing. And I want to see how the game gives me the worst ending because of that.
Yeah.
Or, like I said, the game will do it anyway, but another android or North will do the blowing up shit, and Marcus will probably just stand there and go, "What are you guys doing?
That's good.
Why? Why are you doing that?
Follow me, you're free."
I didn't want to do that, but you're doing it anyway. What the hell? So, Detroit Become Human is just another fine example of David Cage, once again, making a game with beautiful graphics, but shitty story, and lying about the choices. But you can't fool me for a second, because
and QTs.
David Cage has said from the beginning, Game Over is a failure in game design, which it never has been. It's a way for you to learn from mistakes.
Yep.
But somehow he and Quantic Dream keep getting money anyway.
I don't know how, but they do.
And I am taken aback of just how many people. I was surprised that there was a number of people on Tumblr in the trending of Detroit Become Human that were pointing out the same things that we are pointing out.
Yeah.
I was actually surprised. I would use Twitter more often, but I feel like with Tumblr, at least I see more messages. And that's just our response, guys, with these 4 trailers. I never had hope for this, but I had curiosity. Now I just have, alright, now I just wait for the game to come out and be disappointed. But not disappointed, to be bored and just be saying this is garbage.
I just have 5 words for David Cage.
Go ahead. Are they in French?
No.
Okay.
I can see your failures.
I can see your failures.
That's it.
Alright, guys. See ya.
See you later.
It's time to stop! It's time to stop, okay? No more! Where the fuck are your parents? Who are your parents? I'm gonna call Child Protective Services. It's time to stop!